divorce is overwhelming. How will your life change? What about your relationships with friends and more importantly, with your children? What about your retirement plans? What to do with your home? All these questions certainly create a lot of stress, anxiety, will put you on edge. My name is Berner. I've been helping couples get through the divorce in the best way for them and their families. And my experience over 25 years of doing this kind of work is that the first focus not on all the things that you have to work out, but in helping first figuring out the best way of how you're going to get divorced. What process are you going to get divorced in? In other words, before jumping into trying to solve the problem, you should first start by trying to figure out how you're going to solve the problem. What process are you going to solve the problem in? Are you going to solve the divorce? So think about a medical problem. Take a back pain. Before running to surgery, which is clearly the most costly, risky, invasive procedure, you're going to check out alternatives. You're going to maybe go to a chiropractor or a physical therapist. You're going to do some exercise first. If you're really thinking about surgery, you're going to certainly get a second opinion. You're going to do a lot of different choices before running to the most costly, risky, invasive procedure. That's obvious when it comes to medical problems. When it comes to law problems, when it comes to a divorce, often we'd run to a litigator. We'd run to court thinking we're going to get protection. But that is the most risky, costly, invasive procedure. And what I want to tell you is that there are choices before going in that direction. To better understand these alternatives, let's take a look at a continuum, a layout of what are the different choices and how you could get divorced. On the left side, you will find the kitchen table. And that is where a couple is really sitting together and working out together, whether it's the kitchen table, whether it's Starbucks table, they're working out their divorce together. That's ideal in a way, but for most, it's hard to do. Whether they don't know what the legal issues are, they get stuck with particularly complex issues. Often the dynamics that they have for a divorcing couple to work things out together, to have productive conversations, that's hard to do. So while it's ideal, most cannot do that. The other extreme, all the way on the right side, is the court option. Similarly, that is very unusual where a couple actually needs a judge to make a decision as well. As you know, going to court is kind of like that surgeon option, the most costly, risky, invasive procedure. It's a very either or frame where the judge has all the power, lawyers even more so, and the clients, from my experience working in this kind of framework many years ago, the clients really feel disempowered in a system they're clueless about, looking to a stranger to make a decision for their family. Thankfully, it is unusual that a family really needs ultimately a judge to make a decision. So in between those two extremes of a couple working it out on their own to a judge imposing what their solution will be, there are choices. The second choice on the left side is mediation, where instead of working it out on their own at their kitchen table, they go to a mediator's table, where the mediator will help them work it out on their own, will help them have productive conversations, will identify the issues, and even talk about the law. That's the mediator option. Historically, where mediation was not going to solve the problem or where someone didn't feel comfortable in mediation, they would run to more the traditional attorney-to-attorney settlement process. And that's the fourth one over here, right next to the court. And it's next to the court because it's similar to the court, meaning it's an adversarial, it's either or framework. The attorneys are negotiating in the shadow of the courthouse and working in that adversarial frame to try to get the best for their client, which often means the worst for the other client. So there is a newer choice now called collaborative divorce, and that actually is right in the middle, and it really represents a hybrid between the mediation choice on the left and the traditional attorney settlement choice on the right. Collaborative divorce is a hybrid in that the goal is like mediation, to problem solve the divorce, to work it out together instead of against each other. But the configuration of professionals is to where each side has their own lawyer who's helping them do it. The lawyers are committing to work it out together and not to go to court. And that's how the collaborative process is based, where it really represents a combination of working it out together with more support of the attorneys. What's important to understand is that not every process is right for every couple. There are nuances based on personalities, dynamics, economics, and many other factors such as pricing, such as time, privacy, and relationships. We know that for many lawyers, They're like a hammer. Everything looks like a nail. For us, it's much more nuanced. It's really a question of what is right for you. And part of our role, especially at the beginning of our work with our clients, is to assess what is the best process for you and your family. How can we help you get through your divorce in the best way possible? And we do that by talking through your options, finding out what's important to you, and understanding what's important to you and your family. So contact us to set up a consultation so we could talk through what those options are and figure out how we could help you and your family. And if you're not ready to set up that consultation, feel free to check out our website. That's mediationoffices.com, and explore our resources. Check out our videos and try to understand more about what your options are and how we might be able to help you.